What's poppin', y'all? What is up, kids? What's up, dorks? How's everybody doing? No, there isn't an intro yet for this, but we'll get there when we'll get there. This is Steve's Kitchen. We are live here on youtube.com/heel Steven. We can do that, though, in the meantime, right? We can do that in the meantime, right? I don't see why not. I want to thank you all for tuning into the channel on this wonderful Monday afternoon. It is 2 p.m. here on the East Coast. Happy Halloween to all of you out there. I hope all of you are going to enjoy yourselves trick-or-treating, grabbing that candy, whatever it may be. But as always, guys, I am, you know who it is. I am that Peruvian Fight TV extraordinaire. I am Lucky Charm, now 6-2. 6-2, Steve, and I'm here joined by the good brother all the way from Detroit. He is the pride of Detroit, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Big Mike. Big Mike, what's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up, Steve?
What's going on?
Nothing much, man.
Hopefully, by the way, happy Halloween, right?
I don't celebrate.
I get, but maybe when you were a kid, not even like,
No, not even. I've never been trick-or-treating before.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Nah, but like, today's for the kids. Today is for the kids. Granted, it's on a Monday, which kind of sucks, right? Like, it's on a fucking Monday here of all fucking days, right? You would think, hey, maybe, Friday. Granted, I've seen a lot of people go out Halloween partying over the weekend.
Yeah.
I was invited to a couple parties, but I just didn't go. It's not for me, really, to be honest. I will say this. I think that whole costume meme has been funny that you've been seeing online.
Mm-hmm.
What to be in shit. I thought it's just fucking hilarious. It really, really is. But that's just me, of course. Yes, the Giants lost yesterday. The fucking Giants lost yesterday, bro.
Okay.
Which I knew they were going to lose. I kind of knew going in. Yeah, it was bound to happen. No, but I've never seen so many people flame one person online, on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Who are they flaming?
Forgot the guy who, I guess, fumbled the ball.
Oh. Well, yeah, that's what you got to get used to in football. When one person messes up, they get murdered online. So.
Oh, bro, it was hilarious. I seen the fucking memes, bro. Yesterday, it was just insane. They're telling, oh, this guy can go here now. It's over, this and that. But, yeah, man, what can I tell you, man? It happens. It just happens, There's a bye week now, and now we got to play Houston when we come back from the bye week. So hopefully we get this shit together, no more fucking around. How about the Lions, though, Big Mike?
I don't want to talk about it. Let's get into the show.
No, I talk about it. I want to, just get into the show. But again, guys, if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button down below. Give the video a big old thumbs up. Share it throughout your entire social media platform, wherever it is that you share videos and all that stuff. But yeah, man, it's a lot to get into. You see, bro, the week just started, and there's just so much shit to get into. It's crazy. Yeah. It's fucking insane. So this past Saturday night, it was Anderson Silva versus Jake Paul, and went down on pay-per-view on Showtime. Myself, you, Chase, we were all over on the True Heel Heat Sports channel. Did the watch along there. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a fun watch along.
Fun night.
Fun night of boxing, fight night of UFC as well. I know there's a fight night also on that show, on that day. Overall, the card itself didn't blow your hair back. The Le'Veon Bell versus Uriah Hall fight was just complete utter Le'Veon Bell looked like
Le'Veon.
What was I saying? Le'Veon?
Yeah, you said Le'Veon. It's like lay your head down. Le'Veon.
Le'Veon Bell is acting like he's been doing this shit for years. Literally. Uriah Hall, being that, hey, he's a former MMA fighter, fought in the UFC, one of the best highlight knockouts that you will ever see.
Mm-hmm.
And he just, Now, I'm not saying he shat the bed. Maybe there were those jitters, but uh, he got the win, which I'm like, okay, he got the win. He did call out Jake Paul after.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, nah, bro, I'm good. I don't know
Yeah.
about you. I don't know about you, man.
Yeah, I don't want to see it either. I mean, a dude that was shocked that he won the fight calls out the guy that ended up winning the main event. I'm good. And he didn't even look good. It looked like he had 400 cylinder blocks his legs.
Yeah, too. That
No
too.
bounce in his legs for boxing. It's just terrible.
Again, it's one of those things where you got to remember he hasn't fought in God knows how long, and yet here he is, um, trying to get the shit going. And
Yeah.
listen, I'm hoping things get better for the guy. But I just don't know, to be honest, man. I just don't fucking know.
Yeah.
You know, uh, but other than that, also, the one kid that I guess Jake Paul has under his wing, that 18-year-old kid or 19-year-old kid, forgot
Hmm.
his name. I literally forgot his fucking name. But
Look it up.
look it up right now. Why not? Why not? It was the co-main event, right? It was the fucking co-main event. Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva. I'm gonna go to fucking Wikipedia for this shit, bro. I am
Yeah.
going to Wikipedia for this. I
Yeah.
am
Just look it up. A quick search won't hurt.
Yeah, quick search won't hurt. I'm gonna go to the fight card here, and that was the co-main event. Ashton, Svile, whatever the fuck his name is, Ashton. Let's just call him Ashton, okay? For the sake of this video, for the sake of the stream, beat his opponent in literally, I shit you not, in like 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Put that kid to sleep.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you, but that kid, there's something off about him. He has a natural smile which makes his face look punchable.
He came out in that fucking costume as well.
Yeah, that minion costume.
Which
The
again,
trunk the trunks was okay, but I mean, what do you expect out of an 18-year-old kid?
I mean, the kid has a career ahead of him, a long career ahead of him.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't have like a full assessment of my take on the kid. Granted, he beat the guy up in like fucking what 16, like literally 60 seconds. I'm not saying the kid's Canelo Alvarez or Adrian Broner or anything like that. Great. Oh my God, I used Canelo Alvarez and Adrian Broner in the same sentence. What the fuck's wrong with me? Okay, he's not Gervonta Davis. Anything of that spectrum. Give him time.
No, he's got talent. He's got talent. He has fast hands.
Literally
You
fast
know,
hands.
yeah, he
Literally
has
fast
fast
hands.
hands.
Literally fast
Good
hands.
footwork. Yeah, he's got a future.
He does. And I hope nothing but success for the kid. Nothing but
Yeah.
success. We go to the main. Oh, by the way, also you had Chris Avila versus Dr. Mikhaili Makal. If I'm butchering the name again, I apologize. Varashovsky.
Hmm.
That's the guy who trained. The Chris Avila guy, the guy who trains with Nate Diaz.
Hmm.
Part of the Nate Diaz camp. Nate Diaz was in attendance. They brought out almost everyone for this event.
Yeah.
Literally, Nate Diaz, Sean O'Malley. Who else did they bring in for this event? Who else did they bring in? Paulo Costa, just to name you a few. Although who's who that was in attendance for the show.
Yeah.
You gonna say something?
No, I wasn't gonna say anything.
I thought you were. My bad.
No, I was agreeing. No, I was agreeing with you.
So then we got to the main event. We got a Jake Paul Anderson Silva.
Mm.
The big question is how would Jake Paul do against Anderson Silva?
Yeah.
Now, I am aware Anderson Silva is like, God, how old is he now? Holy shit.
He's 47, right?
Nah, he is. Yeah, he's 47 years old. The guy's a 47-year-old guy fighting a 25-year-old kid. 25 years old.
Yeah.
He went out there, and the question was how, this is not, so this is not a YouTuber, the guy that he fought, right? Jake Paul didn't fight a YouTuber and Anderson Gibb. This isn't This isn't Nate Robinson. This isn't fucking Ben Askren coming out of hip surgery. This isn't Tyron Woodley, who in the first fight was afraid to pull the trigger, right? And in the second fight, because technically, remember, the second fight, it was a short notice fight because originally he was supposed to fight Tommy Fury and that fell through. So then he went on to fight Tyron Woodley in the second fight, and Jake just starched him, put him to sleep. Literally, he literally put Tyron Woodley to sleep. Right. Yeah. And the big thing is, you got to fight a boxer. You got to fight a boxer, man. We don't want to see you fight no more MMA guys and shit. That's the attraction, though. That's the attraction with him, So it looked like we were gonna get him fighting a boxer. Yeah. It looked like, right? The Tommy Fury fight that was supposed to happen like back in September. I think it was back in August.
Yeah.
Right. And that fell through because the guy couldn't fly over to America. So then they brought in Hasim Rahman Jr., the son of former heavyweight champion Hasim Rahman, the same guy who beat Lennox Lewis back in the day. Right. And it was crazy. For a while, I confused him with Oliver McCall.
I don't know who that is.
The guy who fought Lennox Lewis and cried in the middle of the ring.
No, I don't know. Oh, okay. I'm a casual boxing fan, so I don't know.
Okay. So there, and again, people are like, okay, Jake's taking a risk here. He's taking this fight on short notice. Hasim Rahman Jr. is a guy who can literally, again, is a big guy. Could look like he could do some damage on Jake, and that shit fell through because of a weight issue.
Yeah.
Right.
Which from what everybody has been saying, that shouldn't have been the issue to cancel the fight.
It should have.
People said that, and people were speculating that in Paul's camp, they were telling him not to take the fight because he can get seriously damaged. And that's why they pulled the whole weight thing. But that's hearsay, so.
Facts. That
wasn't very concrete.
It wasn't. Absolutely not. It was not concrete. So there was that also, right? There was that also.
Yeah.
To our understanding. And from there, we get this fight, right? We get this fight. And Anderson Silva, to his credit, he's had some boxing experience, right? Arguably one of the greatest to ever fucking have done it in the UFC, right? Retired from MMA, went into boxing, right? He fought Chavez Jr. in that event in Mexico, I guess, to honor Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. and just put the beating on Chavez Jr., right? Again, a former world champion, but it's Chavez Jr., but doesn't take away that it's a former world champion, right? He then fought Tito Ortiz,
which was funny.
Which was funny as all hell, beat him in one round, and everyone bought into the belief, hook, line, and sinker. Oh, shit. Even myself, bro. I don't know about you, but for me, it's like, okay, if there's some guy that's going to give Jake Paul problems, no pun intended, it's going to be Anderson Silva.
I was on that same train.
I bought into it. And everyone was just, again, tuning into this fight to see what was going to happen. Now, it's not like Jake Paul mollywopped Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva didn't embarrass himself here. It's not like he just went out there and took a fucking payday.
Right.
Like Ben Askren.
Right.
Or Nate Robinson.
Well, I think Nate really wanted to try and he got caught.
Nah, he just looked like amateur night, bro.
Well, of course it's amateur night because he took it serious, but he never had the skill. I mean, he just started boxing 3 months before that.
Yeah, so it just wasn't going to happen. It just wasn't going to be it. So when you just factor all that in, it made for an interesting fight. Because now, not only is he fighting an MMA fighter, but he's fighting someone who is a skillful striker.
Right.
And Anderson Silva gave it to him.
Yep.
Took it to him.
Yep.
Right? Had him in trouble. And that's the thing you wanted to see in Jake Paul. You wanted to see this kid overcome adversity. What's he going to do when he gets hit? And can he score? And can he drop him? And he did. In round 8?
Round 8, he dropped them.
And everyone was like, oh, myself included.
Yeah, because we all had it. We all on the stream, we had it being close. So it was like either a knockdown from either side would seal the deal. And we got a knockdown. It was Paul. So
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. And then we go to the scorecards, right? And Anderson Silva didn't win. Jake Paul got the win, right?
yeah,
And it no
unanimously.
unanimous decision again, depending. And again, it made sense. I was not upset with the decision. I was not upset. I was not upset by it at all. Were you?
No, because I knew that a knockdown at the end of the fight would seal the deal for one fighter. The only thing that I'm upset about is how they scored the fight.
I
Because
guess.
the fight was closer than what the judges perceived it. Like one judge had it 78-73, which is bonkers. It should have been 78-76.
I guess so. But didn't change the fact.
That
Didn't
he
change
lost.
that Anderson Silva lost. And again,
Yeah.
he did not embarrass himself. I want people to understand that he did not embarrass himself at all.
Yeah.
You know, he went out there, did the best he could against a kid who was against someone that was younger than him, had more speed than him.
Mhm.
You know, you can even say
More
near round,
power.
yeah, more power near the later rounds. Anderson Silva was tired.
They
So was
both
Jake.
were.
Oh, so was Jake. So was Jake.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. So now the question here goes: what's next for Jake Paul? Nate Diaz was in attendance, right?
Yeah. There was a
Nate Diaz.
backstage incident.
There was a backstage incident where I guess he slapped a member of the team
Yeah.
of the Jake Paul camp. There was an altercation as well where even in the crowd there was like a fight within the crowd. I don't know who fought who, but that's what was going on too.
I still haven't seen that. I still haven't seen that clip yet, which is highly disrespectful. I said that on the stream too. Highly disrespectful of the talent that was in the ring because we actually got a good fight.
Exactly.
It wasn't some bush league fight that we got. It was a good fight. So
Yeah, exactly. This wasn't like no YouTube boxing premium event, you know, where one guy's fighting the other and they have no experience. But at the end of the day, at the end of the fucking day, did it change the fact that Jake Paul solidified himself here?
yeah,
Jake Paul solidified himself as a legit boxer.
yeah,
And don't get me wrong, yo. To me, it hurt. It fucking hurt to see Anderson Silva take that loss. It fucking hurt. Cause just like Chase, I felt like, damn, bro. I grew up watching Anderson Silva
yeah.
do the damn thing in
Mhm.
his prime. It was a fucking privilege to have watched him fight and beat the guy that he's beaten over the years. I'll never forget the Forrest Griffin win when he was going backwards like a fucking video game and dropped him with a jab.
That was the fight that brought me to his attention.
You know,
That's what made me start watching UFC.
I'll never forget the Chael Sonnen fight, the first one, where Chael Sonnen was beating him for 5 rounds, and then literally Anderson Silva bit into that mouthpiece, got on his back, and submitted him. Had that fight gone on the full decision, Silva would have lost.
Yeah.
And then redeemed himself in the rematch. That knockout to Vitor Belfort, the crane kick, classic, bro. The wins against Stephen Bonner, Yushin Okami, you can make the argument, you know, even when he lost twice to Chris Weidman, right?
Mm-hmm.
His comeback against Nate Diaz, you know, again, guy's a warrior, guy's a legend, but it hurt. It really hurt to see him lose to a YouTuber.
Yeah.
You know, but this doesn't take away anything. It doesn't. what's what I'm looking for here? It doesn't
It
embarrass
doesn't.
himself.
It doesn't hinder his success as a fighter.
It doesn't fuck up his legacy.
Yeah, it doesn't mess
You
up his
know.
legacy.
But for Jake Paul, what's next? I would say I want to see him fight a boxer. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I want to see him fight a boxer. I want to see him go 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Enough of
I mean,
this.
I don't want to. I don't want to see him fight Nate Diaz. I don't want to see him do that. And do you see what is the end game you think is for Jake Paul? Like, does he want to be a world champion? Does he just wants to prove people that he can just do this?
I think both. I think he has a lot on his plate, just like another YouTuber that I know has a lot on his plate, which we might get into later on. But I feel like for Jake Paul, do I see him becoming a champion in boxing? Absolutely. It's possible. It's absolutely possible. Do I see, does it seem like, hey, his end game is to try to stick it to Dana White? Yeah, that too. Because now, because of this, him and Anderson Silva are going to they're going to form a fighters union.
Yeah.
Which I am all for. I am all for that.
I'm all for it too, but let's see if it comes to fruition, because he doesn't like Dana White, and Dana White probably doesn't like him.
He doesn't.
So
why do you think at every press conference, dude, he tells the media no Jake Paul questions?
Yeah.
No Jake Paul questions.
But with the fighters union, if they was to get a fighters union, would Dana White sign those fighters that's under that union?
I don't know. It's a wait and see type of thing, bro. It's a wait and see situation right now. But like I said, man, I want to see him fight a boxer. I know he called out Canelo Alvarez. He called out, which I think is kind of like a reach right now.
Yeah.
Because Canelo would just
murder him.
Murk him. Yeah. I know someone on Twitter said, fuck it, yo. Desperate time call for desperate measures. Bring out Deontay Wilder. No, bro.
No. He's too Deontay is too big.
Yeah, he's too big for him. That's not happening.
6'7", 215. That's just too much.
Yes.
Jake Paul is what 5'10".
Let's find out, shall we? Let's find out how big or how. So Jake Paul doesn't tell me here. Didn't tell me his height. It doesn't say. Oh, here he's 6'1".
He's 6'1" up against a guy that's 6 inches taller than him, with a reach that's just as tall as him.
Yeah. So it's a wait. I feel like it's a wait and see type of situation right now.
Mm-hmm. And Deontay Wilder would murk him too.
Yes. Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor. I think that's the goal, which makes you want to see it even more.
Yeah, I mean he can fight. He can get the fight easier with Nate Diaz. Canelo, no. Canelo's in the serious fighting business right now.
Oh yes, he is. He's in a different business right now. He's in a different business that you just don't want to fuck with right now. Not even that. Nate Diaz right now is a free agent. He's testing the waters right now.
Right.
But again, I want to see Jake fight a boxer.
Yeah, me too.
Legit fucking boxer.
I want to see him fight a boxer that's either on the come up, that's in the same, talent pool, that has maybe a good, like, less than 10 wins or more than 5 wins, but less than 10 wins type of guy. Like a 8-1 or 7-0 type of guy with some promise. Fight Jake Paul.
Yeah. In fact, dude's undefeated.
Yeah.
Jake Paul right now is undefeated right now.
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind. Let that sink in for a second, yo. Jake Paul is fucking undefeated right now.
In pro fights, yeah.
In pro fights right now. in fucking pro fights. He is undefeated. 5 wins, no losses, bro. 4 KOs.
But here's the thing, though. How do you get the if he wants to be a world champion, how do you get the eyesight of people like the WBA or the
WBC.
WBC
Oh, they're watching. They're
or
watching.
what is it, the IFA? How do
The
you I,
IBO,
IBO? How do you
WBF, all of them. Yeah,
yeah, WBO? How you get the eyesight of those people for him
it's
to
simple. He has to fight a boxer. He has to start fighting boxers at his same level, or you know what? If you want to put him in the pressure cooker, bro, start putting him in there. But that's if he wants to do it. If he wants to,
yeah.
you know.
From what the thing when he said I tried, he said, "Oh, why would you fight a real boxer?" And he said, "I tried."
Twice.
Yeah, so it's like, why are you saying it like that instead of just continuously trying to fight a boxer but have a backup so you can show people that I can be a real boxer?
And I think that will happen. I think it will. Just give it time,
Yeah,
bro. Just give it time,
yeah,
bro. Let's move on here. Let's move on. Okay. I know we have a lot to get into in just a short amount of time. And all that stuff. So also this week, well, literally on Sunday morning, I wake up from bed, right? Usually when I wake up, right, I get up, I do like 12 push-ups, if you will, right? Sometimes 20, depends, right, on the situation, right? Brush my teeth, right? The last thing I do is go on my phone.
hmm
There's a lot of folks who go on their phone right away.
hmm
And I go on Twitter, and the one thing I see upon opening Twitter is this.
yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Why, did Nakamura get released? Did Nakamura get? That's what I thought. Like, holy shit. No. So what's going on is Shinsuke Nakamura is going to take on the Great Muta at Pro Wrestling Noah's the New Year 2023 event, which will take place at Budokan Hall. This is part of Muta's retirement tour, and I think
Yeah.
it's a good move. I think it's great that WWE is allowing Shinsuke Nakamura to wrestle the Great Muta.
Haven't they done this before with him?
What, with Nakamura?
Yeah.
No.
Or
So
were there talks with him to do that just to keep him happy when Vince was still around?
no. So the last time WWE did something with Noah, it was I think back in 2018 with Kenta.
There you go. Yeah.
They allowed him to wrestle in the Michi Marufuji.
Yeah.
However, he had to go wrestle him under the Hideo Itami name. He could have gone. He wasn't allowed to go in there as Kenta.
Understandable.
And it's from my understanding also is that this deal was at one point at a halt
Really.
because they were not going to allow Nakamura to do this. Like, there were talks, but they were like, nope, we're not going to let you do it. This was back when it was under the Vince regime.
Oh, well, no wonder.
Well, now that Vince is gone, it's Triple H and Stephanie, we're getting the match. It's going down.
Yeah, Vince, not Vince. Triple H is more open to doing stuff like this for his wrestlers.
And I think also likely, and I know Solomon also said this on his show literally yesterday. There's a possibility that in return, the Great Muta gets a Hall of Fame induction in WWE.
Yeah.
Now, granted, the Great Muta never once wrestled in a WWE ring.
No,
Never
but
once.
he wrestled WWE wrestlers before.
And he's wrestled a shit amount of times in WCW.
That too.
So you can literally put video packages of just of his highlights in WCW.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure
his match with Hogan too.
Yeah, from Japan, but that was New Japan though. That's New Japan.
Yeah, but Hogan was under WWF at the time. He had the Wing Eagle with him. when he
Yeah, I remember
called it a toy belt.
that. This is a toy belt. See this? Hold up. 1 second here, Big Mike. See, made me do it, bruh. See this? This is a toy. This is an ornament you put on a Christmas tree. The belt that I wanted, the IWGP World Title held by the Great Muta.
I wonder how Vince felt about that when he did that. I know
think
he was
knew
mad.
He was working. He knew Hogan was working.
Yeah.
Because like when Hogan went out there, bro, his style was different. He just wasn't dropping the, he wasn't hulking up and doing the 3 punches, throw you into the rope, drop the boot and drop the leg. No, my man was doing headlocks and Saito suplexes, lariats, and
he did a couple drop kicks too. I was like, I didn't even know Hogan can leave his feet like that.
Yeah, bro. Listen, because he knew at the time who he was wrestling for. He knew what the Japanese audience wanted from him as a gaijin. See, I'm even talking Japanese terms here. Look at that. I'm speaking Japan. Look at this. This is the sushi special right now. You see, we got some sushi, we got some nigiri, we got some sashimi for you guys, a little caviar on the top. Some poke bowls. Y'all like poke bowls? Y'all love your little poke bowls here in the house? Show of hands.
I've never had sushi and none of that stuff.
You never had a poke bowl?
No.
All right. How about them spicy wings? Or Asian style spicy wings? The Korean spots.
Yeah.
Love those, bro. But again, guys, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. The chat room is open. If you want to chime in and ask us a question, all that fun stuff, feel free to do so. But listen, I think it's a great move by WWE to allow Nakamura to wrestle in this situation. I'm pretty sure even someone like him who looked up to the Great Muta growing up, and I think it's great. I did say, when Anderson showed up, right? Even though he is still considered the never openweight champion, maybe in return we get Nakamura wrestle in Tokyo Dome, which is still a possibility. I'm not saying it's not; it's still a possibility, but it's a wait and see thing right now. If that makes any sense. But this is great though. This is what you want to see out of WWE. They're not going to do it for everyone. It's not like it's not like Noah is asking for Roman Reigns here. You know what I mean? That ain't happening. Right. But it's like WWE's like, all right, Forbidden Door, hold my beer. Hold my beer. Here you go. We got you. Nakamura versus the Great Muta.
Yeah.
And listen, when I saw this, I'm like, yo, is Tom trolling? Is Tom Customs on Twitter? Is he trolling right now? Because normally when Tom, right, like when he does like those custom graphics, right, you will see like on the bottom not happening or some shit like that, right? So I'm looking for the shit. I'm like, oh shit, this is legit. I'm happy. Like, good for them. Good for him, yo. Good for him. Also in the news, Mike. There's talks that WWE could be, being done with premium live events. For Hell in a Cell, and not all of them, but for Hell in a Cell and Money in the Bank.
Oh,
thing in the past, which I am all for, dude. I am all for Hell in a Cell being just a match. Doesn't need to be its own event. It doesn't need to be. So there's that also. Good for them, and I hope they go back to the old cell, not this fucking red
cell. Yeah.
That's like card is confusing as shit to look at,
Yeah, I mean, I love that they're taking this approach again, and they got to make these these specialty matches feel special again. I went to a WrestleMania that had a Money in the Bank ladder match. It's like they should go back to that. It should be at Mania, and you get a whole year instead of being in the middle of the year. And you get a whole year. Hell in a Cell should be at random to end a feud. It shouldn't be a whole event. You think about all of the Hell in a Cell matches that were amazing before the event became. There were some amazing Hell in a Cell matches in the event, but outside of the event, there were way more and they meant more.
Exactly, man. It meant more, bro, back then.
Yeah,
It just did. It just fucking meant more. And for Money in the Bank, there's talks that it's gonna go back to WrestleMania.
yeah, that's a great
Which,
move.
you know what? If you want to do the two matches, you can do that. Have night one be for the women, night two be for the men, or vice versa.
Yeah.
You know, I know. Was it last year they tried to do? Was it this past summer? Right? Was it this past summer or the summer before?
What were they trying to do?
Oh yeah, no, my bad. It had to be it was last summer. This past summer, they tried to run Money in the Bank in Allegiant Stadium,
Oh, yep, in a
and it
stadium,
bombed.
and then it bombed. Yeah,
Yes, it bombed big time, and they had to move it to the MGM Grand. Remember they
yeah,
had Cody show up, and they had Cody fucking do that whole video promo hyping up the event and WrestleMania and this and whatnot. I think
yeah,
more than anything, it should be a WrestleMania match because it gives that person who wins the briefcase that moment,
yeah. If
right?
they want to cash in the same night.
And not only that, the idea is okay, the Raw after Mania or the week after WrestleMania, I've always viewed it like the new season
Yeah,
for
it is.
WWE.
It
So
is.
it's like it makes you want to see what he and her, right, are going to do going into the next season
All right.
with that briefcase.
Exactly. That's how I see it too.
So
It's like
I'm
when Mr. Kennedy, before he blew it, when he won, I was like, oh, is he gonna cash in on Undertaker or Cena, or is he gonna wait? But he ended up losing it because he messed up. But it's one of those things.
that would be because of the Orton bump, right?
Yeah.
That's what. Oh man, that the one where they had them dressed up as Denver and Lakers jerseys and shit, and was in
Yeah.
that match. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
I remember that. Damn, the Denver Nuggets didn't have hope in their team make the playoffs and shit on.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I think that was the year Kobe wanted to beat the Lakers so bad because he lost in '08.
Kobe
That was in
wanted to leave.
2010.
That's when Kobe wanted to leave, right?
No, no, that was in
Oh, wait.
before the finals. Yeah, that was like in 2006, 7. And I
Damn.
recently found out that the Pistons offered to trade for Kobe, and they gave him the house, but they said it wasn't enough value.
Like I was watching the Redeem Team on Netflix.
Yeah.
Beautifully done. Beautiful documentary, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was really good. I knew it was gonna be good.
And again, you're talking to someone who's not an expert in basketball. My field is soccer, right? Which we
Mm.
might be doing a watch along for the World Cup. I might be doing it. I'm still planning it out. I know you guys don't watch soccer, so I'm not gonna ask you guys, hey, do you want to watch
That's
the World?
those are gonna be like early in the morning, aren't they?
No, so it turns out, let me just look at the schedule here, okay? Let me just see here. Because it won't be the whole tournament. Let's just be clear on that. It'll be dope as fuck, wouldn't it?
To do the whole
Wouldn't it?
tournament.
The whole tournament, the whole like couple weeks of the World Cup, and how that's gonna, you know.
Who's all the national teams that's in it?
Okay, so the early games, right? Oh shit, yeah. I don't know, Bubba. I don't know. I don't know,
Yeah, I
Todd.
thought all of those are gonna be early in the morning, like two, three, 4 in the morning.
Some of them are. Some of them are. So the U.S. like the U.S. for instance, the first game of the World Cup is Qatar versus Ecuador. That's gonna be at 11 a.m. on the 20th. At 11 a.m. At
Okay.
11 a.m. Eastern time. England plays Iran on the 21st. That's an 8 a.m. game. I'll be at work when that game takes place. I'll be at work, so I won't be doing the World Cup I won't be doing a watch along for that. When the Netherlands plays Senegal, that's going to be at 11 a.m. on the 21st also. So keep that in mind. What I might do is the U.S. watch. I might do a watch on for the U.S. game. The U.S. plays Wales at 2 p.m. on the 21st.
Okay, 2 p.m.
So keep that in
That's in
mind.
November, right?
That's in November, the 21st, at a 2 p.m. game. I might do that one. I might hit up DJ Eric Walter as well. I know you guys don't watch soccer. No, you Chase don't watch. So
No, I mean I watched the little bit of that Peru game when you were doing it, just
I'll,
to watch your reactions.
yeah, that's where I fucking just almost cried. I almost cried that, but that's beside the point. Okay. So here's the thing: the games will be selected games. I just want to be clear on that right now. I'm not gonna sit here and watch every because my work schedule. I still have a job. I get up at 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep that in mind. All right. But that's the plan. I'm still gonna talk to Eric. I'm sure he's listening right now. He might tell me no or yes. So I don't fucking know. But that's the plan right now. But if I look at the schedule right now, again, that's what it's looking like right now, right? Um, but like the finals of the World Cup, it's still like in December. Like the finals of the World Cup is on the 18th of December at 10 a.m.
Yeah, those the early times, man, because it's a big time difference from here to Qatar.
Yeah, it is, bro. It is. Let me look at the calendar real quick here because I'm curious. When is December 18th? That's on a Sunday. Buddy, it's over. It's over. I'm doing it. I'll do a watch on for the final. I'll do that one for sure. But we'll see. We'll see how all this shit goes down and all that stuff. And, we
Who's
shall
got
see.
which national team has the most World Cups?
Right now, Brazil,
Brazil still
5-time
5 times.
5-time champions, bro. They've been to every World Cup. It's a 4-year thing. I mean, technically, it's kind of weird because usually the World Cup is in the summer. But
Yeah.
being that they didn't want to play in that fucking big ass that giant humidity in Qatar, it's like, no, we're doing this shit in the wintertime. I ain't gonna lie, there's a part of me who thought at one time because of COVID, it wasn't gonna go down.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are. Here we are, man. Here we are. Did you hear, Mike, in the news that Elon Musk, he now owns Twitter, right? He bought Twitter.
Yeah.
There's talks that he's gonna charge people $20 a month to be verified if they choose to be verified on Twitter. So for $20 a month, Big Mike, you can get your blue check mark on Twitter.
I'll do that.
I ain't gonna lie. There's a part of me that wants to do it, but here's my take, though, right? I know the people that are uncomfortable with that, and I understand. Believe me, I get it. I get it. But I feel like if you're already verified, you don't gotta pay shit.
Right.
Because you earned it. You fucking earned it.
Yeah, you earn a verification. Yeah.
But if you're one of these Joe Schmoes like us
Yeah.
that want that check mark on your thing to feel like big time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have to fork over them $20, bro. You got to fork over the money.
I wonder, you know what he should do? And hey, you can give me the money because I gave you this idea, Elon. If you want to slide me like 200,000, I'll take it. But he should have a system where you keep you can do the $20 a month for verification. But if you don't do it and you earn it through whatever like the old way was, you don't have to pay. Or if you earn it while you're paying it, like the qualifications, then that payment cancels and you can just keep it for free.
I don't know, man. I don't know if Elon is down with that idea, Big Mike. But hey,
But hey, not a lot of people are going to earn
the check marks.
verifications through their lives on social media.
Well, well,
You go see a bunch of remember back in the day when avatars when you didn't put a profile picture on your avatar and it was an egg. A lot of egg accounts are going to be verified.
oh, bro. Oh, my God, yo. Joe Schmo with 2 followers. Yeah, look at my check mark, motherfuckers.
What my time 1, 2, 3, 4, 59.
Yeah, yo, fucking Whiz Kid 51,
Is verified.
Goon Fan 206 is verified all of a sudden, if you will. See what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did there. Yeah.
which would be a good segue, Big Mike. It happens. So we don't talk about the drama, right? We don't. This channel is not about the drama. We're not, especially on Around the Point. I try to avoid the drama, right? But on Steve's Kitchen, I'll make the exception. Okay. On Steve's Kitchen, I will make the fucking exception. Once again, fasten your seatbelts. On Steve's Kitchen, I'll make the fucking exception. I had to. I just had to. I know people don't like it, but I just had to. It feels in. It fits good with the vibe, though. Think about it, though. It fits good with the vibe. I know it's Funk Master Flex, right? What happened?
This is nothing. Just keep going.
So, in case you guys have been living under a rock for the last 24 hours, the IWC went insane. They went berserk yesterday.
Yeah.
Especially the AEW women's division. Literally, what's it called here? They put the Unity handcuffs on for a sec there, didn't they?
Yeah, I would say that.
In the defense of Marina Shafir versus Jade Cargill. So let me just put some context into this. So AEW on their Twitter, right? They announced that this Wednesday on Dynamite is going to be Jade Cargill versus Marina Shafir for the TBS title. Mike, let me ask you this question. Are you excited about that match?
You should already know my answer.
No, just say. I just want, to get.
No, I'm not. And that's not going to take away from my opinion. But no, I'm not. I'm in that realm of people that don't get up for Marina Shafir matches.
Jade Cargill, but because Jade
Cargill, yeah, but not Marina Shafir.
So one of the big names on the community gave his opinion, right? And JD from New York, JDNY, 206, right?
Yeah.
Wrote that tweet out. Please, for the love of God, no. Now, he didn't tag anybody in this tweet. So how this works is because he's replying, not only does AEW get the notification, but so does Marina Shafir and so does Jade Cargill.
Right.
That's how that works.
Right.
Because AEW on their official Twitter account, when they tweeted this out, that they tagged Jade Cargill and Marina Shafir.
Right.
So that's how that works. So that's why when he tweeted that out, that's when Jade Cargill went off on him, right? Call him a mark, do a pull-up, I'll buy your whack podcast, Mom's Basement. And then this led to everyone in that locker room, in the women's division, right? You had Britt Baker say something about it, claiming that they've been laughing at him for months. Marina Shafir was saying some shit. Deonna Purrazzo, who doesn't even work for AEW, but because they're friends, right? Because they're friends, jumped in as well. Tainara Mello, right? The wife of Sammy Guevara, also got involved because, again, it just happens, right? This is what I want to believe. All right. Now, listen. I know everyone is, last night in the IWC were throwing a house party. They were throwing the cookouts, right? They were they were dancing, they were dancing on the grave, if you will, right? That's the lingo. Dancing on his grave, if you will, and it is what it is. It is what it is, right? Keep this in mind. Oh my God!
The restocks.
Restocks, yeah.
I'm getting notifications like crazy. So yeah,
the restock,
like the fives, the sixes, and like some ones. Restock. I know. As soon as I saw Chase's message, I was like, it's the restocks, ain't it?
Yes. So, where was I here? Where was I?
You were talking about
the community,
the community coming after him,
coming after the guy, and I get it. Listen. I don't know the guy like that. I've met him twice.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be clear on that. I met JD twice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not buddies with him. You know, he likely will never come on Around the Point or Steve's Kitchen. Let's just be clear on that. Okay. So keep that in mind as I'm saying that. What I'm going to say. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand a lot of you folks don't like him. That's fine. It's a lot of times that I'm not going to agree with half the shit that he says. But it's his opinion. It's his opinion. Keep that in mind. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a situation right now where, listen, he didn't tag anybody. He didn't tag at Jade Cargill. He didn't tag at Marina Shafir. Right. But it just so happened that when he tweeted that out, because of that's how it went down. That's how they found out about it. And because he's a blue check mark, they all just chewed up on him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And in my mind, it's like, ladies, and I say this respectfully, despite how y'all may feel about him, that wasn't the way to go about it. And hear me out. Listen, these ladies are professionals. I can appreciate what they do in the ring for our entertainment. I can respect that. But at the end of the day, they did no one no fucking favors by doing that, what they did yesterday.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not saying that I'm buddies with JD. Again, what I just said earlier, it's not going to happen. But at the end of the day, the guy voices opinion.
Yeah.
And I know throughout the years, he has said some shit that has been sketchy, that has been suspect. I am aware of it. I'm fully aware. But at the end of the day, if you guys, again, this isn't the first time that something like this has happened. Right? Remember the whole Alexa Bliss thing that happened like what, 3 years ago? It was, I think it was 2 years.
It was about 3 years ago.
Before the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
And everyone thought, oh, this is the end of this guy. It's over. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
We got him now.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
If you guys thought that was it for him in 2019, I got news for y'all. It ain't. If you guys thought that, if you guys literally in the IWC, right? If you thought that yesterday was the end of JD, it's the end of Off the Script, I got news for you.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
All right.
Again, I know he has said some stuff in the past that is not tolerable. I get that. But seriously, we're going to die on the hill of Marina Shafir versus Jade Cargill. That's what they're willing to die on that hill.
Yeah. I mean, here's my point of view of all of this. I'm going to take it the way that you took it too, because, you know, doing this on this platform from when I started and when we met, there's some things that you can and cannot do, and what we choose to not do just for the sake of no drama.
Yeah.
As far as, you know, critiquing what we love to watch. On JD's side, I don't like JD.
Fair enough.
I used to watch his stuff. I used to be a fan of his stuff, but as a man, I don't like him.
Respectable. That's fine.
Will I ever meet him? Would I want to meet him? No, because I don't care. I don't care too. But as a thing that what we like to watch, you got to blur those lines of critiquing someone's talent and critiquing a match. Because at the end of the day, this is these people's livelihoods, and what we do as a hobby and what he do as a job.
Yes.
Is totally different in our styles of critique. I watched his little video of him talking about the situation, and he said that he didn't, which he didn't like take it out of proportion. He didn't call anybody names or stuff like that, but he did say in the response of Jade Cargill that he did it step by step. He didn't have to say Marina sucked. That's critiquing her talent, something that she worked hard to do.
Yes.
That's where I draw the line with critiquing people, because not once have we critiqued someone's talent that they worked hard to get to. We might say, like Orange Cassidy. Have I once said that he sucked as a wrestler?
No.
What would I always say?
You're not a fan of it. He's a goof. But
exactly,
as time went on, you warmed up to the guy.
I warmed up to him because when you see the talent,
yes,
you're like, I'm still not a cup of tea. It's still not a cup of tea that I like to see, but he's talented.
Facts.
That's the approach that I take with every wrestler, and I think majority of people do, and a small amount of people do, and a majority of people don't.
Yes.
That's where the issue lies.
And I think also the issue lies as well is that the community as a whole, they want to fit a narrative.
Exactly.
That's the thing. They want if you don't fit that narrative, you are labeled as a piece of shit.
All right.
You are labeled as, oh, fuck you. How dare you say this? It's not what they want to hear.
Right.
That's the world that we live in. That's the community that, sadly, I hate what it's become.
Yeah.
And again, you think about this. I've been doing this in 2010. I've been doing, so I know what the fuck I'm talking about when I say that shit. I've been doing this in 2010. Granted, I am not as successful as JD or any of these other guys, right, that are blue check marks, what have you. It is what it is. I never claimed to ever want that.
Right.
To me, for us, this is just a hobby. You know? I could literally tomorrow, right now, just end this and be done with it and live my life the way it is. And I'll be okay with that.
Yeah.
You know?
There's also another point. There's also another point that he made too, which I find contradictory in his whole response, which makes everything crazy in his response video. Saying that he values the opinion of the people that he works for, because they come to him after matches and ask, what did you like and what did you see?
That's the thing. We don't know that. Again, we don't know because we're not there. You know what I'm saying? Like, for all we know,
this is what he said in his response.
I know that. But what I'm saying is, we don't know. For all we know, that could be very well true. For all we know, guys that wrestle in House of Glory could very well be hitting up on DMs. Hey, what y'all think of this? What you think of that? It could very, because you know what it is? These talent, the guy that wrestle in that promotion, right? They're aware of the big following that so-and-so has. In this case, someone like a JD, someone like a Solid Monster. And they know that when they put out their opinion, their thoughts, and they say it, it's going to get attracted. You're going to make so-and-so who listens, hey, you know what? Let me look up a Charles Mason match. Let me see what they're saying is true or not. Let me look up Jacob Fatu, who is the current House of Glory champion, right?
Yeah.
Former MLW champion. Let me see what this person has, and because they know the vibe. They know it.
But on the flip side, what I was getting ready to say was the only reason why they care about your opinion is because you work for the company.
Yes, that too.
If you didn't work for the company and you were critiquing them, you would get the same exact response.
I believe it.
No matter where you work, you could work for some place lesser than House of Glory. They want your opinion because you work there. You see them work every day, day in out. So you have that respect, and that respect goes the same way. So when you do this online and you're in the business, do it like you work for them. Have that same respect. You can critique, but don't cross that line. And 9 times out of 10, he crosses that line.
I get what you're saying. And again, you have that right to that opinion. At the end of the day, though, again, if you guys think that this is the end of JD, this is the end of Off the Script, and that he's gonna get canceled, the House of Glory is gonna, write a statement and boot him and all that, I got news for you again.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
But again, the community, as we know it, they want to put this narrative. Again, I am not a fan of cancel culture. I'm not. I feel like everyone, whether you agree or disagree with someone, they have the right to express what they feel.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the nature of the beast. At the end of the day, again, I've met JD twice, right? On the second time that we met, it was at a House of Glory show. We had a conversation, right? But again, when you're talking to him in person, you're not getting the guy who screams loud as fuck to a webcam on a microphone. You're getting Jerry, the person.
Right.
If that makes sense. You get what I mean?
I get what you mean.
Are we finally gonna give Jake? Bro, you're late, bro. So, Surfer, where have you been? Where have you been, buddy? YOLO. You only live once. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You only live once, man. But he's gonna be all right, bro. He's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and again, let's think about this for a second, right? There's a lot of folks on the platform right now. I'm not saying everyone. There's some of us here that are work busting our asses, thriving, what have you, earning that whatever the fuck it may be, right? And then there's those, let's be honest here, they would kill to get the numbers that this guy gets.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? There's a lot of, again, the guy gets big numbers, likes, retweets, what have you, right? Sponsorships, whatever the fuck it may be.
Yeah, he has his own clips channel like he's Joe Rogan.
Exactly. Has his own Mustang. But again, he's worked for it. He's earned it, right? It's a lot of folks that would kill to get his numbers. Literally. There is. But at the same time, I say this to all those out there. Could you handle it though? Think about it, yo. Do you think for 1 second that, can you just imagine what his DMs are like on the daily? Getting threats, getting trolled, people trying to dox him and shit. I don't partake in that. I don't.
To be quite honest with you, I really don't care.
Fair enough. But you get what I'm saying, though. But do you get, don't want to say about that at the end of the day. I think people just need to take a chill on it. Let it be. But if I am Tony Khan, I would definitely consider, listen, Tony, try to train your athletes, your talent, try to hire someone on how they should run their social media accounts.
Yeah, and this is also one of the reasons why I don't even follow a lot of wrestling accounts, because it is toxic.
And again, that's the thing. It's toxic as shit. It's toxic as shit, man. And again, if you're expecting me to come on here and say, yeah, yo, no, you're not getting that. You ain't. Simple as that, you know. I want to end with this clip, all right? So I think there was like an independent show over the weekend, where I guess a promoter wanted to be a wrestler, and it didn't go well at all, bro. Did not go. I don't know if you saw this or not. There's a promoter who ran the ropes, and I guess he got stuck, and they tried to push him out of the ring, and he just took a mean bump to the outside. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it. No.
So I'll tell you what, we'll watch it together. Okay, we'll watch it together here. Okay, if that, I think we can, right?
Okay.
And that's how I will put an end to this. Put an end to this for the night. Okay. Yeah. So I got from Cassidy Haynes over at bodyslam.net. Shout out to Cassidy Haynes, by the way. Shout outs to him. Here we go. Oh, what the fuck? There we go. You know what? Yeah, I like that one better. This was like the clip, right? So here we go. You're hearing it, right?
Yeah, I can hear it. Oh, that's, you need to put that Vince meme up. I'm like, oh, need to work on that one.
Oh man, you know what, bro? Oh, you know what that earns, bro? You know what that earns in my eyes, bro? You want to know what that earns? Let me tell you what that earns, man.
Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt big time.
Brutal stuff.
Brutal stuff, man. Brutal. I just want to know, man, that promoter, right? When he was doing that, right? When he was, running out down the run sheet for the show, right? I just want to know, the main question. Is it crack, cocaine, or meth you smoke? What type of drugs you want?
Whatever it was is strong.
Cocaine isn't cheap. It's expensive. Got to make money.
And we'll wrap up with this. So WWE is going back to Montreal for a premium live event for Elimination Chamber in February. For the first time since 2009. I think that's great. The Bell Center. You should know that I've been enjoying the Sami Zayn run right now in WWE. This is probably the best thing he's done in the company thus far.
Yeah.
The honorary Oos, being Oosy, right? You feeling Oosy, yeah. Big Mike? You feeling Oosy?
Oh, I'm feeling Oosier than ever.
Exactly. So, I know people were saying, there was a time to, separate the two, War Games would be it, right? But I think that's too soon. Because I believe at WrestleMania, we're going to get the Usos versus Dean Jericho. That's their old tag team name from back in the day. But Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I think what happens is they kick him out at Chamber. And in the same building, he reunites with Kevin Owens. And that's your WrestleMania tag team title match. And that's where the Usos drop the tag titles. That's what I think.
I hope so.
What about you? What do you think about that?
That sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. Only one can hope.
Only one can hope, man. Only one can fucking hope. Listen, I just want everyone to do good at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I want everyone to kick ass, succeed. The fries and the bacon on the side, you name it, right? I hope my Giants do good after the bye week. I hope the Lions get at least a win. Too soon?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But you know,
I mean, folks, where's the lie?
all right, we're gonna wrap things up here, guys. We're gonna wrap things up. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight or today, this afternoon. Holy shit. What am I saying today? I'm used to doing this show on a Friday. We'll be back Friday. This Friday, we'll be back for the almost called the chamber for the crown jewel predictions around the point. Are you gonna be on Monday? Are you gonna be on later tonight?
We can discuss that off here.
Okay, no problem. We'll discuss that off the air. You might not see me, but we'll see later tonight on the True Heel Heat channel, but we'll see. Want to thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the new logo for Steve's Kitchen. It's still, you know what? It still needs some refinement. I'll agree. There's room for refinement, you know. But I hope you guys enjoy it for what it's worth. You guys can check me out on Twitter at Heel Steven. Big Mike, let them know, man. Where can they check out the Pride of Detroit on all social media? What you got going on?
Yeah, you can check me out on Twitter at Detroit Gamer 313. I'll be back here Friday for the prediction show.
And all that fun stuff. And we'll review it on Monday on Steve's Kitchen. Not too kind, y'all. I'm telling you, that intern, you put in the intern to work, yo. Seriously. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be getting comments as well. Ask Mike my question. I don't think Mike remembers. Do you remember when Sean's View showed his?
No, I wasn't watching wrestling YouTube back then. He was the first person that I searched and was like, wow, people do this on YouTube. But by the time I figured out who he was and I found out what happened, I stopped watching him.
Okay, fair enough.
So I never seen actual video, and I don't want to see the video.
Respectable. You don't want to see it. Nothing really to go
see.
crazy about there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap things up here. I want to thank you all for tuning in today. For myself, for Big Mike, thank you all. This has been another installment of Steve's Kitchen. We'll see you guys Friday for Around the Point. Peace out, everybody.